All right, this is part 2 of the NAT conversion. So just to do a quick recap, I did unboxing of all the parts I bought, and we went ahead and started on the teardown of the engine and the installing of the intercooler. Now, as a disclaimer, okay, I am not a professional. These videos that I post are not instructional videos. Make sure when you're doing this kind of work, you take your car to a professional shop, because if you mess something up, you can severely damage your car or injure yourself. So again, make sure you know what you're doing. If not, take it to a shop.
Pushing my limits, breaking records till I'm in Guinness. Building bricks around my verses so I never get winded. Wisdom in this young mind, I guess I surely invented. What you acquire in a year, I couldn't obtain in a minute. Now listen, all I ever wanted was to be a king. All I ever wanted was to be a god. Be a god. All I ever wanted was to be a god. Be a god.
Our first thing to do is take off the wiring for the distributor. So there's numbers on the wire itself and on the distributor cap. So make sure whenever you're installing that you keep note. Up next is the rear valve cover top that covers the spark plugs.
And how much money do you have socked away so far? Like 50,000? Long way to go.
So as I was disassembling everything, I was recording everything I took apart. Just as a reference, you know, if I didn't know where a plug went or a part went, I can go and look at a video. Also, I had a permanent marker with a Ziploc bag, and I, put whatever bolts and nuts I, take out and put in a bag, just so, I can have some kind of a organization.
That's really the kind of thing you do for fun?
So right here, I was trying to take out the exhaust nuts, but it wasn't working, so I had to use some WD-40.
You okay, buddy? You look kind of sick. I didn't think you'd freak like that. I was just in the mood to push the car, so I may have done it a little hard for your taste.
Well, took out the valve covers. So we are right now. I still have a lot of sunlight left. I might continue. I might work on taking off the timing belt cover, and we're gonna go from there. So before removing my timing belt, I'm gonna make sure that the engine is top dead center. You do this by lining up the white marks that's on the cam gears. Make sure it's pointing up and lining up with the notch that's in the back timing plate. Also, make sure that the harmonic balancer is at 0. I won't go into great details. Just make sure you refer to another video, or if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're not comfortable, just take your car to a paid professional. If you mess this part up, you just ruin your whole engine. So you just saw my extension just pop out. That's because I removed the spark plug from the cylinder, and I fit the extension in there to make sure that the piston is at top dead center. just make sure when you take this off you follow the diagram, okay? And then if you somehow mess it up, there's it's numbered E for exhaust, and this one says I for intake. Okay, so so it goes, remember, this side is E exhaust, this side is I for intake. So E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E6, E7. Then I, right? I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, and I7. And there's arrows too to tell you which way it's facing. Damn near dummy proof. It doesn't look too bad, I guess. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, next step is to scrape the old gunk off, and then yeah, clean it. I bought like this rubber, what is a plastic razor blade. It's a non-scratch. So I tried to remove that catalytic converter, but it wasn't coming out. So I went to plan B. Finally out. That took like what, 2-3 hours? But we got him. Hey guys, again, thank you for watching the video. So in part 3, I'm going to be showing how I dread out the oil return line for the turbo. It's not the recommended way, but this is the way how I did it. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned.